Todd from GreyDot Media.
Todd and I have been working together since
2019?
End of 2019. He came on because we like randomly met at this mixer for a local high school kind of entrepreneurship program. And then he inserted himself.
Slid right in the DMs like, please, can I help?
He's been helping with like videography stuff, and we have Clay behind the camera that he's brought in.
Hi, Clay.
Oh, well, okay, there you go, Clay. And he does a lot of the website maintenance for me. So the blog, the Borderlands blog, he works on that. He makes it pretty. He makes sure that you're able to do all the things that you want to do, like contact us, download the stuff.
Yep. And when stuff is broken, this guy's fault.
It is. It is. But he owns it and he fixes it. And that's
True.
why he's here, because nothing's perfect and we need help to get the work done.
That's true. That's very true.
Today, what are we making today?
We are making cheesecake.
Why are we making cheesecake?
Because it's my favorite dessert of all time.
Why do you like cheesecake so much?
I don't know. I think because like the first time I tried it, I was relatively young, and there was something about the creamy with the like, I don't know, sweet but still a little bit of savory, and the crunch of the crust, all made for this beautiful mouthfeel that I never would have been able to describe at like 10 years old.
Today, we're going to be making like a plain cheesecake. It's a really good base, and we're going to make them into little cupcake serving sizes. So you can eat one or you can eat 5. I don't care.
I'm going to eat 5.
And then you can top it with whatever you want, which is the beauty of like a plain cheesecake.
That's another reason I love it, is the versatility.
You're going to need a big mixing bowl. Everything's going to go in that bowl. A cupcake tin, spatula, cupcake liners, and we're going to be using a hand mixer today. I've got a fancy one from Breville. I love it. Please sponsor.
Please sponsor.
And the final thing we're going to be using is a little glass with a small bottom. This is going to be used to like press the crust into the bottom of the cheesecakes.
Gotcha.
We're going to list all the equipment and ingredients in our blog, so expand that description box below and there will be the link to the blog and you can print it out. We're going to need a couple of ingredients. It's not very complicated. First thing is the crust. We're going to be combining butter and graham crackers. We'll be crushing those graham crackers up. For the cheesecake itself, we're going to use 8 ounces of cream cheese, an egg, vanilla extract, our favorite brand, and sour cream, plus a little bit of sugar. Cheesecake is like literally pretty much all fat. And if you want a really smooth cheesecake, the one way we can achieve that is to make sure all of our ingredients for the cream cheese, egg, and sour cream are room temp-ish.
Okay.
So what I would do, because like what's room temp? I would just take it out about 1.5 hours to 2 hours before you're going to bake and just let it rest on your counter before you use it for your cheesecake. First thing we're going to do is make the crust.
So dump the whole thing in there?
Open up your graham crackers, dump the whole thing into a Ziploc bag.
2 packs?
2 packs just to be safe. If you have extra, just save it for something else or use it again later. Some people also like to use crush up Oreos or like chocolate graham crackers.
I'd be super into that too.
You can do whatever you want. We're using honey grams today, the OG.
The OG.
Try to get all the air out of it, seal it up, and then smash it. If you have a rolling pin, it's really easy to just use a rolling pin and roll over.
Okay.
Pause. If your bag is sliding all over the place,
Like ours is.
you can get a little work mat.
A handy work mat.
And if you don't have a rolling pin,
And if you have both.
next thing you want to do is take half a stick of butter. You can use salted or unsalted. It doesn't really make a huge difference. Put it in a microwave safe bowl and melt that. You're going to be combining the melted butter with the graham cracker crust to form the layer for the crust of the cheesecake.
Okay.
To make the crust, we're going to put about 1 cup of the crushed graham cracker crumbs into the melted butter. You don't have to be absolutely precise. A cup should be just about enough.
All right.
And then mix it up until it looks sandy, and we've got butter covering most of the graham crackers. And it's going to get sucked up real quickly by the graham crackers, as you can see.
Oh, no, should I try to like break it up?
Just kind of make it homogeneous. I think that's enough. You don't have to break it up because we're going to be like condensing it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now that we have the graham cracker crumbs all prepped, Todd's gonna line the cupcake tin with liners, and we're going to smash the crumbs into the bottom of the liners. We're gonna portion our graham cracker crumbs into this, just about 1 scoop in a, I think this is like 2 tablespoon scoop. It's gonna be good.
Okay, so he's
1 scoop per.
And then last time we did this, wasn't there something you said like I needed to compress it more?
Uh-huh.
That's what it was.
We're going to be using the bottom of the glass to do that instead of a mojito muddler. I feel like it's a little bit more accessible. And then you're going to take the bottom of a glass and kind of condense it and smash the crumbs down.
Nice. All right. Start here.
ASMR. Time to make the cheesecake filling.
Let's do it.
I'm all about like as little bowls as possible, so we're gonna do everything in this one bowl.
All right.
We're gonna put a 1/4 cup of sugar into the bowl first.
I'm assuming that's what this is for. This is a lot of fun. I thought I was ruining it. Now I'm having fun with it. Okay, so since we're not going with the extract and we're doing paste, does that change our measurements?
It's about the same.
Okay.
It's going to be about a teaspoon of paste. You're going to get a little bit of a different vanilla flavor. It's more concentrated. And some of us can actually kind of like taste the seeds as well. Can you? This guy's got a good palate. We're just going to eyeball the measurement for the vanilla today.
And that's a skill you unlock from years of doing this, right?
Yes. We want to combine all of our ingredients. We're using a hand mixer right now, and Todd's going to turn it on low at first and then ramp up to medium.
Okay.
We want to make sure everything gets incorporated and it's very smooth and even. And we haven't added the egg yet at this point, but everything else is in there. One thing I do like about the Breville hand mixer is they do have these silicone thingies that cover the front of the attachment, and it's not making a bunch of noise, you know?
Yeah, it's like a silencer for your mixer. Is it possible to overmix that?
This is not really possible to overmix. I think if it's really warm outside, your fat will start to like melt, and we don't want that.
Gotcha.
And you'll kind of tell because it'll really liquefy.
Okay.
That looked great.
Oh, nice. And the one-handed technique.
Make sure your oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Todd's gonna portion the cheesecake
Batter?
The cheesecake batter filling.
What would this even be called?
So instead of dipping your whole scoop in, because it gets really messy and you'll get like batter everywhere, I told Todd to kind of scrape along the side, and that'll help.
Yeah, way less drippage.
Yeah.
A little bit, but not
Not
nearly as much as when I was dipping the whole thing in there.
He needed a heads up. Don't forget to use an oven thermometer.
All right, so you're gonna want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Be sure to use an oven thermometer because
Most ovens are off by like 15 all the way up to, I've seen 75 degrees off. So use an oven thermometer. We'll link one for you in the blog post.
Yep.
And then we're gonna bake it for about 18 to 20 minutes at 350, rotating halfway in between so it gets an even bake.
Gotcha.
They're rising, right? How adorable and how beautiful do they look?
Super cute.
When they're baking, they're gonna concave a little bit in the center, and as they start to finish baking and set up, the center will kind of puff a little bit. And for cheesecakes, you don't really want them to crack, but cracks are not a big deal and they're not a deal breaker. So you'll see that once they're done baking, it'll be a little bit more domed. And then as it cools, it'll kind of fall down a little bit, and that's totally okay. Cheesecakes are done. They've cooled down in the fridge for about 2 hours. I would say leave it in the fridge for overnight, like under normal circumstances.
Yeah, colder the better in my mind.
Yep, and I even like to eat them frozen, like straight out from the freezer. They're so good.
Ooh, but look at the vanilla bean.
Yeah, check it out. We're gonna make sure that Clay gets a good shot of like what they look like
before I devour them all.
They've deflated a tiny bit, and you can sort of see the cracks, but we're gonna cover that up with jam. So you can use jam of your choice. And today we have blueberry reserves.
Favorite.
Okay.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Boop.
Nice.
Why
Nice.
can't I just
It has to
not
have
make
boop.
that noise?
Has to have the boot.
1, 2, 3, go.
Mmm.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Immediate feedback for myself for next time. The crust is pretty thick. Probably could have made it a little less thick.
That's fair.
Needed more cheesecake. To be honest, I want more cheesecake. That's kind of uncommon for me to say.
It's all right. Looks like we can still eat
Oh my god, this
10 more. That's very good, though.
I actually generally, like growing up, we didn't have a lot of dairy in my diet. So anything that had cream cheese or like mozzarella cheese, I was like, oh, ew, cheese, because it tastes cheesy. This doesn't have any of like that strong cheese flavor.
Right.
Right? Even though there's sour cream and cream cheese. Delicious.
I think that's what I love about him.
Delicious.
It's such a rich, savory, but
Oh,
sweet.
he's killing it.
Yeah, he's loving it.
You like it?
Is it growing on you?
He evidently ate the whole thing.
We're still deciding.
As he eats two, he's still deciding. And with that, we'll see you next time.
Oh, we're not going to reshoot that? Like, let that be the actual outro. Clay
That's
walking in
it,
the frame
that's it,
too?
that was
Perfect.
beautiful.
Now, like and subscribe.